Welcome back to part 3 of our series on HR and HSE. Today, we are moving past the theory and giving you a practical, 5-step alignment system you can start implementing today. Most organizations operate with these functions divided. We see HR tracking turnover and well-being scores on one side, while HSE monitors physical incidents and near misses on the other. This data usually sits in complete isolation, but mental exhaustion doesn't stay hidden in an HR spreadsheet. When burnout leads to physical fatigue, it manifests as slowed reaction times on the front line, resulting in the swinging loads and near misses that HSE has to manage. Managing psychological and physical risks as separate entities actively endangers both the workforce and the business. To fix this, we need a unified approach. Step 1 is creating a shared risk register. This consolidates physical and psychosocial hazards into one living document. In this system, HSE inputs physical site hazards, while HR inputs systemic stressors, like unrealistic workloads or role ambiguity, ensuring both sets of risks are visible in one place. Combining these risks breaks the silo mentality. It forces both departments to acknowledge that high stress levels and poor safety outcomes often share the same root causes. Step 2 is establishing joint KPIs. This aligns the incentives and goals of both departments toward a single outcome. This dual-axis chart shows the correlation between stress-linked absenteeism and fatigue-related site incidents. By tracking these together, you create a shared accountability metric for both HR and HSE. When both teams share the same data and success metrics, you eliminate blind spots and make proactive prevention possible. Step 3 moves this data into action through monthly, structured alignment meetings. These meetings are designed to review macro trends, not individual employee records. This ensures that medical confidentiality and personal grievance data remain protected within HR. In a practical scenario, if HR identifies a spike in sick leave within the logistics division, HSE can immediately investigate if shift patterns are causing dangerous levels of fatigue. Step 4 involves developing integrated training programs. This removes the wall between mental health modules and physical safety instruction. This curriculum teaches supervisors how to spot the physical manifestations of stress on the floor and provides them with the tools to redesign workflows to alleviate those pressures. Shifting to aligned meetings and unified training allows an organization to proactively redesign the work environment rather than just reacting to individual crises. Step 5 is adopting a unified people protection model. This locks both departments into a single mission of worker safety. This model is vital in the UAE, where an expat workforce faces the combined load of extreme heat, long hours, and isolation from their families. On an offshore oil rig, a stressed employee is more than a well-being concern. They're a fatal incident waiting to happen from dropped situational awareness. Whether in aviation, construction, or logistics, this 5-step system allows leaders to catch fatigue-induced errors before an accident occurs. For high-pressure regional environments, the people protection model serves as an essential operational safeguard. You now have a blueprint for shared data, joint goals, and integrated communication. HR and HSE misalignment is a system problem, not a people problem. Ultimately, fixing the underlying system leads to simultaneous improvements across physical safety, employee well-being, and overall organizational performance. If you found this system useful, please like the video and subscribe to youtube.com/ITeachSafety. Hit the notification button for updates on our upcoming releases. True organizational resilience is achieved when leadership commits to protecting both mind and body simultaneously.